Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 13 of Adventure Planes. Today guys, we are going to be building our second show building on Red Rock Falls. So, at the moment we are going to be building today the storage building for the mine supplies. So this building is going to be called the Mine Supplies Building. What's going to be in here is going to be a lot of burning burning storage items they might have in the mine, and supplies and stuff, so like barrels of dynamite and stuff like that, that the bandits have blown up and or burnt. So as you can see, the log flume comes out of that first drop into the platform at the moment, which will be the building in a minute. But this building is not complete yet. As you can see, it's just a bit of rubble, a few things and that. But at the end of this episode, we'll have it fully complete with all the things inside. So what we're going to have inside is burnt stuff, as I said. But the storyline of this building is that the bandits, when they used the dynamite to blow up everything, they blew up some of the supply buildings at the same time. So this is one of the supply buildings, they burn it and blew up at the same time. If that makes sense. So yeah, there's a bunch of supplies in here for the mine, and the bandits have basically ruined everything, and it's all terrible. So as we're doing the fire, so there's going to be a nice little, so we're going to have that drop, and then you go into here and it's just like flames and fire and smoke and stuff like that. But the whole point of this building is to have it as kind of like a wreckage building, because we do love special effects. We've got to have a few special effects in here. So we are having fire, we're having smoke. The explosions we're not having because we had them at the top of the drop. But at the moment, I'm just filling the building with storage, really. Storage boxes, anything to do that they might store in a mine, warehouse or something like that. So we're doing a lot of barrels in here and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty much not that too complicated what I was going to put in here. But so we did scaffolding. Didn't really like the scaffolding, I have to be honest. At first didn't like it, but you know, I don't like a lot of things, like I've said that on the channel before, but it does have to go in. So we put like these wooden pieces around, just because, you know, when you make a mine, you have those beam things. I think they're kind of, I don't know what the name of them is, I just call them the beam things, and they're kind of like a U-shaped beam upside down, and they hold up the mine from collapsing, and those, I think those are kind of, I wanted to put the scaffolds and stuff like that because I thought the beams kind of look good, and also the beams that we scattered on the floor there, they kind of look like they were used to build the U-shaped beams that hold up the mine. So I thought that was quite a good little reference to those beams. I really don't know what they're called. I'll have to find out. But yeah guys, we've got a lot of spotlights now on the channel, going up soon. I've got one done, and I'm getting more now. I'm doing quite a few now. Well, the date of recording, I've got one done, but when I've done this, I might have more. But if you guys want me to do a spotlight of your video, of your park, then do send it in. Go in the Discord and send it in to us, or just even link it in the YouTube comments and say, can you do this is my park. Can you review it? But yeah, I am doing more spotlights now because I do want to do more. At first it was quite tricky to do them because Adventure Planes and everything, but now we're doing them all. So we're just doing that smoke area there, because you know, I do like the smoke, it does look good, but some of this mist doesn't really work. I knew this wasn't really going to work out when I put it in. I was like, I don't really know. But this episode, guys, we will also be doing, just the, I guess we're doing the halfway point of the ride. We're done, I guess 3/4 of the way done. I'm saying at the end of this episode, 3/4 of the way done, because we've still got the massive drop and the triggered scene that we're going to be building. So let me just explain what the triggered scene is. So we're going to have a little man, which is going to be like one of the bandits setting fire to like a bunch of rope things, which are going to go rope things, which is going to lead to a massive container of dynamite, which is going to be the final drop. And that's going to be triggered, so you know when you go on like log flumes and stuff, I think it's pirate log flumes. Let's take a look at Legoland, for example, Windsor. They have Pirate Falls Treasure Quest, which has like a pirate setting fire to like one of those, I think it's like a match. They set a match fire, and then it kind of goes along like a rope, and then it goes along to like the barrels, and they explode and you drop. So that's what we're going to be doing, and it's all triggered and everything. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a triggered finale scene. Well, it's not finale scene technically, but it's the last scene on the proper like drop ride bit of the ride. But I think Dan's theme park said he likes the idea of having triggered sound effects and stuff like that. So I have come up with a custom soundtrack that it's out there already. And we also have, we're going to have triggered, it's going to be all triggered. There's a lot of track triggers I do in this episode, a lot of them, and next episode. There's a lot of track triggers to get through in this log flume. A lot. But the track triggers are quite hard to do sometimes, but these ones are quite simple. So it might take quite a while for me to finish the Red Rock Falls, because it does take quite a while to do the track triggers. So we might have 3 episodes. I did only want to take up 11, 12 and 13, but it might go on to 14 as well, because it is quite a big ride. We're doing a lot of theming here, guys. But I don't mind doing it, because when I'm recording, I just sit there for 2 hours, build the ride. I mean, this ride we spent like 5 hours. I'm gonna guess 5 hours, I think. So I'm just adding these nice beams in here, just making sure. But the thing is, I wanted these to be triggered to make it seem like the building was crashing down, but it just doesn't work. Because when you add 2 of them on top of each other, the beams kind of like do this weird thing where it glitches and there's like clipping with the other beam, and it looks weird, really weird. So in the end I had to get rid of that. The roof was pretty simple. I wanted like a broken, like smashed up roof, as it's like being blown up, so it's like in pieces, so there's gaps in it, there's holes, there's jagged bits in it. That's pretty much the roof. So yeah, we're just doing that now. I mean, it's quite a nice building actually. It's a shame that the bandits have blown half of it up. So I knew I wanted to have like jagged edges and stuff like that, so I went off grid a little bit. I didn't go off grid. I changed the grid size, so it was down to 1 meter, so I could literally go anywhere I wanted to go to make more jagged pieces, and I think it came out quite good actually. And then I added some more explosions. I did say I wasn't going to do any more explosions, but at this point I was like, you know what, we've got to do some more on the roof, because the roof has blown up as well. So I did that as well. I don't know. Oh, it's sped up. So every time an explosion goes off, it goes up really fast. But in the POV video, it won't be like that. So you guys will get to experience the ride normally, let's say. So this is kind of the bit where we do the part where I add a lot of fire. I mean, I have added a lot of fire already, but I'm adding more fire now, because, you know, more fire, yeah, we like fire. And I wanted to have quite a lot of it in the roof, because the roof's burning, and as the roof's burning, it's getting kind of burnt. And plus, when you look at it from the outside, it looks like, oh, there's a burning building over there, what are we going to do? And I think it looks quite cool, and I deliberately kept it on so you can see, even if you're off the ride, you can still see the show scenes. You can't see all the way into them, but you can still see the fire and stuff like that, because I thought it was quite important so they know that like the storyline, that like that actually happened. Like, so I'll go off the ride and I'm like, oh, that actually happened, whoa, the building's still ablaze. If you get what I mean, a little bit of realism, I guess. But So then we had to find the door for this bit of the ride. Now this bit of the ride was kind of tricky because, you know, stable doors didn't really work here. And neither did any of the other doors because they're too wide. So the only door that we could use was this door, which is the warehouse door, which I think is it's quite a nice door. You know, you use it a lot when you're in studios and stuff, but you don't actually use it a lot when you're in like a Western park. You don't, unless you're doing like a backstage area or something like that, or if you're doing a dark ride, you use it. I know it looks a bit weird, it's floating, it's just a bit strange. I will do the base now, just the supports and stuff, just so it looks a little bit neater. But I wanted to go for like this kind of like arched, kind of like it's a box, because it's kind of like into the cliff. And it's kind of in the cliff. So I like that idea of having like it's like floating on the water, but it's not. So they've kind of built out of the cliff, if you get what I mean. So at the top I did this little box thing because I didn't really want to do the full-on like drop as the top drop's going to be. So I did this little box with these triggered dynamite boxes, and we're going to put little fire flames in them to show they're being set alight. I didn't want to do a person up here because I thought, you know, the finale's better if we have the finale. So these little ones, put them in there, and then that kind of and then you have to have the explosion as well. So when it blows up, so you have the fire, and then it blows up, which I thought was quite nice. I did do quite a lot of explosions, and we did smoke blasts as well, just to do it all together because, you know, smoke blasts, you know, why not? Why not, I thought. So here's the triggers. Look how many triggers there are. There's 6 triggers on the track. 6 triggers on the track. So here we go. So now we are just going to light up this area because the sign, this area of the ride is at night because it's on a ride sequencer. So when I used that, it didn't really, I did have a few problems with the ride sequencers. They didn't want to work, but then I realized why. I hadn't actually triggered them. Very bad mistake. Absolutely, I agree. So we just had to make sure it was at the right time of day, so it goes to night and then to day. So when you go through those doors, it goes to day, so we can actually see inside that building. And then that next building, the mine supplies, is in day again, as well. So we have actually quite decent stats of the log flume. We have orange, nausea, and excitement. Is it? I can't remember what it is. There's 2 orange and there's 1 green. Yes, that's all I know. That's all I can remember from it. But here we're making like a little turning area because the log flume here has just dropped. I mean, you know, it's advised not to do really a turning point when the log flume drops. But I thought, you know, let's do something else because sometimes the log flumes drop and they just turn straight away and the water kind of overspills the side. So I thought, let's do like a splash zone area. So when it comes down, it splashes. So I thought it was pretty cool doing it like this. I was going to do a waterfall and I thought, you know, it would be cool, but then I realized, you know, we need a splash zone, and we need these like splash features and everything like that, so we can have the splash water burst and I think that's the fire hydrant burst they call it, and we can have this all triggered, so when the ride drops, it triggers and the water bursts up, kind of like I guess a volcano spring kind of thing. So we had one of them triggering, one of the water sprouts triggering, and then I covered it over with other ones. So it looked like it was kind of extra burst of energy coming out of it, which I thought was quite decent. So we're 14 minutes into the episode now. And you know, it's not gonna, as I said, it's not gonna be a long episode because I don't really want to go to more than 20 minutes for this one because, you know, it is tiring talking for 20 minutes. So the rock work, hashtag rock work again. So now the rocks here became really important because now we could finish the side where the rocks were here. So now behind, so we actually created like a nice rockwork thing there, because before we couldn't actually put the rocks there because it looked a bit weird, and we didn't have this back scene here. So now we've worked all the way around, so now we can build the rockwork up here. I have to say though, this scene's looking really good now. I'm really pleased with how it's coming out. I'm really happy how the rockwork comes out, because the rockwork is looking really good now. On an unbiased point of view, just saying. It is actually coming out quite well. You probably will agree with me, it is coming out quite well now. I have got better at rockwork as a person, I think, as Planet Coaster Builder as I've gone. I've learned a lot about rockwork on this series, so I'm happy I actually decided to do this series. I'm happy you guys have supported me through it as well. I'm really happy about that. So thanks a lot to everyone who supported me through this series, and thanks to all our subscribers who have subscribed. I haven't said it for long though, but if you like what you see, guys, do smash that likes and like button, and do hit that subscribe button as well. It's really appreciated. And you can follow us on our social accounts as well. So the rocks here, this is, I like to think of this as like the rock lagoon, like the red rock lagoon, like it's like a kind of like a hot spring, I guess, in Adventure Plains. I keep saying Adventure Plains is South African. I don't know why. I said it in episode 1 as well. I think I said it in episode 2 as well. I say it that it's South African. It's actually not. It's more outback. But I do like to refer to some parts of it as South African, because I do like putting some of that in with the savannah kind of type of thing. But it is outback. It's more Australia and South Africa and Africa mashed together to create Adventure Plains. I guess if you said where it would be, it'd be somewhere between, in a desert, somewhere between Australia and Africa. So maybe in the Sahara, maybe, I don't know. But it is quite a western area. I'm not saying it is a western park, but it is kind of like a western park. That's all I can say. So as we come to the end of the episode, and I'll leave you with the cinematics in a bit, we are starting on our triggered little, we're gonna call it the rope line. Let's call it the rope line. So here's the animatronic. So the guy's gonna light the fire, and then that's going to set it off. But that's all we have time for today, guys, to keep the episode short. But I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time for episode 14, where we hopefully will be able to finish Red Rock Falls, and I'll leave you with some of the cinematics right now. Bye for now.